Hello, this is Geotech and today I'll be taking a look at several different email service providers that respect your privacy. The primary benefit of using all these email service providers is that they don't have ads, they don't track and data mine you, and they don't sell your data to third parties. So let's take a look. If you like my content, you can subscribe to me on YouTube, PeerTube, and you can follow me on Odyssey. Alright, so first up we have ProtonMail. ProtonMail is an email provider based in Switzerland, and it's the email service I use primarily. They have apps available on Android, on iOS. The design of the interface is actually pretty decent. Especially when I got it a few years ago, I was surprised that there was a very nice looking interface on a Gmail alternative here. They are set to update the UI itself though, and that's available if you log in on the beta version of ProtonMail. Overall, they use open source tools, and this is one of the more secure email services because not only do they respect your privacy, but they offer encryption, and their data centers are in Switzerland, which makes it difficult for outside countries like the US to try to access the data centers. One thing I'll note that's cool about them is that they're also on Mastodon, post pretty frequently. And so it just goes to show that they're very dedicated to open source, privacy respecting technology. In terms of their pricing, it's about $4. You could have a free account, which is fine if you just need the basics. You could even support them by donating. Me personally, I have the Plus version, and mostly because I wanted the email aliases, and I have the benefit of using my own domain. Overall though, I've been very happy with ProtonMail, and the pricing is very good for what I get here with this Plus plan. Alright, so moving on to Fastmail. Fastmail is an Australian based company, and they offer a lot of similar things as ProtonMail. They don't track your data, they don't have any advertisements, they don't offer a free version of the email service. The cheapest plan is a $3 per month plan, and here you can see the benefits that you get. The one interesting thing is that for $3 it's $1 cheaper than ProtonMail, and it does give you 600 aliases for that additional privacy, or just if you wanted a different domain than having your email be at fastmail.com. And so this is not a bad deal here. If you're a business and I guess you had your own domain name that you wanted to use as an email, you could upgrade to the $5 plan. Now, the one thing that separates it from ProtonMail is that it doesn't offer end-to-end encryption. So that's the one big difference. So you could argue that in that sense, it's not as secure as ProtonMail. I'll get more into that later. In terms of the UI, it's a decent looking UI here, very modern. As you can see in the image here, I think my only critique is that the bottom panel here on the mobile, that compared to what you see here, looks very outdated. It almost looks kind of like they should update this bottom panel, but other than that, I think it's overall a very nice looking interface here. Alright, and moving on to Tutanota Mail. Tutanota is a German based email provider, and they do offer encrypted email or end-to-end encryption here, just like ProtonMail, powered by open source. I think they have a slightly nicer interface than ProtonMail and Fastmail. They even have a nice looking dark mode here, as you can see. And I think it's more comparable to ProtonMail more than anything. They, along with ProtonMail, are also on Mastodon, which is nice, and they're a lot more active on here too, so they really go the extra mile in being dedicated and passionate about privacy. And they do have a free account just like ProtonMail. Looks like it is very affordable at 1.2 euros. It looks like it is about $1.50 per month. That's really nice. Yeah, that's a really good price for what you get. You get 5 aliases and custom domains. So compared to ProtonMail and Fastmail, this is probably the cheapest option. And the last one on my list here is Hey. And Hey is the newest email provider on the block here. They meet a lot of standards for privacy. They don't sell ads. They don't track and sell your data. They're simply funded by the customers that are paying into the service. The one unique thing about them is that by default, you get a lot of what I would call, or categorizing the emails that you get as they come. It'll ask you, how do you want to file this under, whether it's a receipt, you could put it under paper trail. You can put it to set aside, reply later, or just like your feed of updates, and then your inbox. And it's arguable that you could do a lot of what they're doing with other providers, but they do this by default, and so it kind of saves all that trouble for you. And their interface itself looks very nice. It's probably the nicest looking here, or most modern looking UI design. And then when it comes to pricing, they do happen to be the most expensive for $100, which is about like $8 and something per month. It includes a lot of storage. It doesn't come with aliases, and it doesn't come with custom domains compared to other providers like Fastmail, Tutanota, and ProtonMail. And for $12, this is where you'll get email aliases and the custom domain. So compare that to all these other alternatives like Fastmail and ProtonMail. It ranges from $1.50 to $5 to get a lot of the same features that Hey offers. So it's definitely a lot more expensive compared to them. But again, they do offer a lot of really cool things. The one thing that they don't appear to offer is end-to-end encryption. So compared to Tutanota and ProtonMail. So it's more along the lines of Fastmail. So with that said, now that I'm done covering all the email providers, one interesting thing, that's an interesting question that I want to raise to everyone here, is encryption. Because encryption is good, it makes it more secure. But when it comes to email service, that means that if you do lose your password or you forget it, you won't be able to access and read older emails. I feel like that could be a problem for like average users that create an account and forget their password. Let's just say they're not tech savvy and then suddenly they can't read their old emails. That could potentially put off some users. And so I don't know if there could be like a way around that to still have encryption or not. But that'd be something interesting, because would there be two levels of privacy? With like a level 1 tier of privacy means that they don't track your data, they don't sell ads, but they offer no encryption. And would people support non-encrypted email just for the sake of making it more user-friendly? Because right now, if I was to recommend an email provider to the average user, I'd probably recommend something like Fastmail, or maybe even Hey if they were willing to pay a lot more. But if I was recommending email for a journalist that could be a political target or something like that, then maybe I'd be more keen on recommending ProtonMail and Tutanota Mail. Let me know what you think in the comments below. It's good to see that there are many solid alternatives to using mainstream email providers like Gmail. I think all these different email service providers have something unique to offer, and they have many different options when it comes to pricing. But let me know what you think. Do you feel like I should have included a different email provider in this list? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my video, please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you all next time.